Yo, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. It's Oscar and we're back again with another pretty interesting video. This was probably a video that I wasn't gonna make if I hadn't seen this clip on Facebook.
Action News 5's Walter Murphy shows you the Diamond Lady Riverboat. Her gleam long gone, but sightseers nevertheless still fascinated.
Well, the spookiest part is that I should be treading the waters of the Mississippi River where I'm standing right now, but I'm doing just fine, and other people have been doing just fine that have come out here to treasure hunt along these receded banks and to get an up-close look at stuff like this, the Diamond Lady, a riverboat that sank into the mighty Mississippi years ago.
Not so mighty right now.
The mighty Mississippi River, reduced to a trickle of its former self. Severe drought across the country brought the Big Muddy down to record-breaking lows recently, and in the process revealed what lies beneath.
Okay, so now that you watched that little clip, it's pretty interesting. I don't really know a whole lot about like riverboat casinos, or let's say casinos on the East Coast, or let's say the southeast of the U.S. or even up north. Mainly kind of California, Nevada type stuff. I know more of that stuff, but had I not seen that clip on Facebook, I probably wouldn't be making this video. And I probably wouldn't have known that this Diamond Lady Riverboat Casino had even sunk in the first place, and now being revealed because the water levels are so low. Now, little backstory on the Diamond Lady. It was a riverboat casino that was just outside of basically Iowa and Bettendorf, Iowa. Opened in 1991, actually January 1st, 1991, and closed on June 1st, 1993, according to Chip Guide. There's quite a few chips the place had, 1s, 5s, 250s, 25s, and quite the number of tokens. They also had dice, so that means they had craps. Guessing they had the standard kind of blackjack craps, slot machines, and so on. But little bit of information. I had not known that the riverboat had even sunk in the first place, like I mentioned. So here's something interesting. Chip Guide has it as January 1st, 1991, but on this website, casino.org, kind of talks about the how it sunk, or I guess the sunken shell exposed by the drought. This was made a couple days ago, written by Corey Levitan. Here it mentions that there were 3,000 excited people lined up on the dock in Bettendorf on April 1st, 1991, to watch the first excursion. The riverboat took four trips that day, including a dinner cruise that cost $37.95. Guests couldn't keep boarding fast enough, more than $500,000 during the Diamond Lady's first year of operation. Riverboat gambling legalized by Iowa in July of 1989, gave the state a needed jolt after the farm implement industry crisis of the 80s. Gaming regulations required scheduled 4-hour cruise times, $200 spending limits, and no more than $5 bets. Also, only 30% of a boat's space could be devoted to gambling. According to Goldstein, these regulations cost him millions. We're talking about Goldstein, who owned Bernie Goldstein, who built or kind of basically managed the Diamond Lady. And yeah, here it states in 1992, Goldstein announced plans to move the Diamond Lady south on the river to Biloxi, Mississippi, whose regulations and tax rates were more to his liking. After the Diamond Lady's last cruise on July 5th of that year, she and her sister ship, the Emerald Lady, sailed to Biloxi's eastern tip. Here Goldstein tied them permanently to a dock that created the Isle of Capri, which was Mississippi's first dockside casino, and then the Isle of Capri was the first gaming establishment to be traded on the NASDAQ. The former Diamond Lady and Emerald Lady were replaced by a barge, and after being destroyed in 2005 from Hurricane Katrina, the dockside casino was replaced by a land-based casino inside the Isle of Capri. The Diamond Lady, how did it get to its basically resting point where it is now? Diamond Lady found its way to McKellar Lake, a backwater of the Mississippi River, in 2008. It's now among several sunken boats stuck in McKellar's Lake's mud as the Mississippi reaches record low water levels, Where the ship is stranded, the water is currently 10.71 feet, almost 11 feet below the historic average. That breaks a level of 10.70 below average set back in 1954. And water levels are at or below the water level low water threshold along a nearly 400-mile stretch of the river. Pretty interesting stuff. Now, like I mentioned, it was open, or at least the Diamond Lady that we're talking about, was operated in the early 90s, only for about 2 years. And yeah, it's just one of these river boats that was used. Basically, it was used, parked up, forgotten about, and I guess the place that it's been sitting, it's been sitting there basically since it sank last year. After sinking last year, historically low Mississippi water levels have exposed. But the riverboat itself has probably been abandoned or forgotten about since about 2008. So I guess that's kind of the story. I don't want to say it's the story, but it basically where it is and where it sank is where it was stored since 2008. So obviously used, they moved it and then just left it to be where it is since 2008. So it's been probably just sitting there for 14 years through crazy weather and massive water, rising and falling, and now definitely falling because it's completely shown. But it's just interesting. It's the weird story about these riverboat casinos that it'd be kind of cool to learn about, because like I said, I have no idea how they work. I learned about them a little bit in my history of casinos course that I took at UNLV, but there wasn't a whole lot of information. I'm guessing it's similar to the day cruises that kind of leave Florida and stuff like that, but definitely got to do a little bit more research into it. Crazy to think that this thing's been sitting there for 14 years, and even it was 31 years ago since it first set sail. It's just crazy. The thing that I want to know, and I know there's not going to be anything. First, the chips. If there's any chips on board, because that'd be pretty cool. Considering it's been sitting there, I'm sure the chips have been taken off, but some of the 250s, the 5s and the 25s. The 5s and the 25s are those are the pick of the lot right there. Be kind of cool to see some ones, but the 5s and the 25s and maybe the secondary 250s, those would be pretty cool to see in quantity. But don't want to make this video too long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like. If you have any comments, put those down below. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I'm going to have to do some more research on riverboat casinos and kind of see how they operate and learn the history about that stuff, because there's probably some really cool history that I have no idea about. So I'm going to get to work on that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.